You didn't put your hand on my daughter. She said, cuz to be honest, Teresa was there. And I'm going to go back and let you hear it again. So there's the mother who told you that her daughter was missing and she's down in the basement with the people who's playing the reenactors. And she's playing the reenactment, and who's telling her what to do is the police officer. Y'all remember the tall, skinny police officer who came out laughing when Frank showed Lenora and Teresa Martin and showed them the tape of them beating Aisha Flowers to death.
And mama ain't got to beg us. We all know something is wrong. She doesn't have to beg. She's asked for help enough times.
And everything I stated since day one is there.
Every single day we've been, listen to this. Every day that we've come out here, something new has been revealed.
Out laughing when Frank showed Lenora and Teresa Martin and showed them the tape of them beating Aisha Flowers to death.
Thank y'all for y'all prayers. I just want y'all to know my baby dead. Thank y'all. I thank y'all for y'all prayers, but my fucking baby's dead. And guess what? But God. It's okay. It's okay. And for the record, no, didn't nobody do nothing to her, y'all. Didn't nobody do. Ain't nobody do nothing to her. She was left at the party. But then nobody set up or nothing. She was found at this hotel right here in a freezer.
But she know they was because she did the makeup.
And that big dude, that's the big dude Chosen was always telling us about when they always said a big dude came in swinging on everybody. Swole, kind of stocky dude.
See, y'all know, and at the time, before we found Kendra leaving out the hotel with the big dude, I thought the big dude was, what's his name? I thought the big dude was, Rodney Stanton, because Rodney Stanton was in the hotel too. So the big dude was Big Swole, and they say Big Swole is dead now. Big Swole is the one who took Kendra home after she walked up that hallway acting like she was drunk and posed in that freezer. She posed in the freezer and did after she did that, did.
Was that Rodney Stanton? Where did this Rodney Stanton come from, the Chosen brother?
On her, anything like that?
No, they didn't let us see her until they put her in the body bag. We didn't see none down here. We only saw her from neck on up. And her hair was all over her head. It looked like she was fighting. I asked her friends how was her hair was when she left out the hotel. They said her hair was flat and straight down. And when I saw it, it looked like it was just all over her head. It didn't add up. It didn't add up.
Were you the one?
Who was that? No, and it wasn't nothing at the hotel. All that was staged that y'all seen at the hotel. The murder happened on the 6th. That was staged. Nobody was killed in that. She was killed at Frank's crematory. They took her from I think the Doubletree. I think they took her from the Doubletree that night and took her to Frank's crematory. She never went to the Crown Plaza. She was never in there. She was killed on the 6th at the Doubletree.
I just seen it. She was here because I just found the ticket where they entered this hotel. It was at 1:36 p.m. So hold on, this is not her ticket because this is on the 6th.
And it connects right to the Crown Plaza. And it's an underground tunnel that goes right from the Crown Plaza to the Doubletree. Or which one is that? The Doubletree or the Marriott? I think it's the Doubletree. No, she was never in that hotel. Everything you seen that night was staged. It was fake. Everything you seen that night was fake. If you would have seen Kenneka, aka that's what the mother's name named her. They named her Kenneka, y'all, after Miss Barbara bought those twins from Pittsburgh. They named them Kenneka and Kenny. So if you would have seen Kenneka, you only seen her one time in that whole footage, and that's the footage that Fed got where she's limping.
Andrew, Patricia Fowler pleaded guilty to 4 counts, including endangering the welfare of a child and giving false statements to law enforcement. But inside the courtroom, she said very little, and there was no mention of her missing twins inside or outside the courtroom. Patricia Fowler refused to answer my questions about her missing twins, Yvonne and Inisha, or her guilty plea to charges that she lied to police about the twins' whereabouts, took government assistance to care for them when she wasn't, and put her children in danger. But in 2016, only on 4, she spoke to Pittsburgh's Action News reporter Kelly Brennan.
Are your children alive?
Yes, and I did not sell them.
Before this interview, police say Fowler claimed she had sold them for $2,000 apiece, then said she gave them to a relative, even claiming her teenage son had talked to them.
I told him to call the Penn Hills police station.
Daytwan Fowler's story, police say, was a lie too, and he was charged. His mother's guilty plea today, Daytwan's attorney says, was partially for him.
My client's mom made the bargaining decision to plead guilty if all charges against my client were withdrawn, and they were.
But despite Patricia Fowler's plea, she is no longer talking publicly about her twins, who police say no one has heard from since they were 5 or 6 years old.
She wasn't going over there. And trust me, Zach is dead. See, the thing about the Zach thing is this here. The Zach thing don't have nothing to do with the Kenneka case. That's why, you see what I'm saying? It don't have nothing to do. The situation with Zach don't have nothing to do with the Kenneka case. Not one thing. Only thing I could say probably had to do with the Kenneka case was probably a little karma for Zach doing those interviews and shit like that. But Zach wasn't a part of it. Zach, I got videos that I put up already. Zach was not at the hotel. Zach was only paid to get those interviews and to keep it everybody, you know, because he had that mainstream platform in Illinois and shit, in Chicago, and a lot of more places. So Zach was just put there to do that. But then when Chosen got his spot, when Chosen switched on him, they gave they started giving Zach money, I think. Well, I don't know how much money they was giving him, but I know for a fact they gave Zach the position to do the movie. They gave Zach the position to do the movie. And they made him get his Zach Entertainment LLC so they can drop Zach TV One LLC so they can drop the money in that. And that's why Chosen was going so hard at Zach. That's why I hated Zach so much and that's why a lot of the other YouTubers was putting Zach name so much in it because Zach, the higher up saying Zach was more business minded than the most of the other goofies. And they said they'll let him do the movie shit. Yes, if you saying the same thing I'm saying, Barack, oh mama, you was right. If you saying the same thing I'm saying, you was right.
That's where Kenneka went to. Oh, okay. No, not the work extension. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. The blood, donated blood. Oh, but not that one. Lord Jesus. They go.